She moved through the corridor carrying routine intelligence reports and personnel updates, her footsteps echoing softly against polished floors that reflected the overhead fluorescent lighting illuminating the classified briefing areas of Forward Operating Base Damascus. The morning shift change brought usual administrative activity as personnel transitioned between night operations and day planning, their conversations mixing with the mechanical hum of ventilation systems that maintained climate control throughout the underground command complex housing 2,000 military personnel. But through the partially open door of Conference Room 7, where senior officers conducted classified operational debriefings, an audio recording suddenly shattered her routine passage with sounds that made every muscle in her body freeze in recognition and growing horror. Bravo 6 Actual to all units. We have confirmed hostile positions at Grid Reference 77 Alpha, requesting immediate fire support on marked targets. Over. The voice was unmistakably hers. Calm, commanding, professional, but she had never spoken those words, never served in that operation, never been anywhere near the battlefield they were analyzing. Staff Sergeant Maria Santos felt her clipboard slip from suddenly nerveless fingers as she processed the impossible recording. She recognized her own voice, giving tactical commands from a mission she had never participated in, using call signs from operations that had occurred while she was stationed 3,000 miles away on completely different assignments. The voice analysis technology was playing back communications from someone who sounded exactly like her, using her speech patterns and tactical vocabulary from engagements that officially never included her participation. She wasn't even assigned to combat operations, wasn't trained for forward observer duties, wasn't qualified for the responsibilities that voice was demonstrating with such professional competence. From which military installation around the world are you following this intelligence story today? If you appreciate narratives that explore voice synthesis technology and the buried operations within classified military files, consider subscribing for more content that reveals the digital ghosts that haunt modern warfare. The Joint Intelligence Operations Center occupied 1,700 acres of strategically positioned territory beneath the Syrian desert, its advanced communication systems and signal processing capabilities representing the most sophisticated intelligence-gathering network supporting coalition forces operating throughout the Middle Eastern theater of operations. The facility served as the primary coordination center for integrated battlefield communications, combining satellite surveillance, ground-based signal intercept, and advanced audio analysis systems that provided comprehensive intelligence support for special operations, conventional forces, and allied military units conducting classified missions across multiple combat zones. Located at the intersection of multiple communication networks, the installation had been constructed with redundant signal processing systems and hardened facilities designed to maintain intelligence operations even under direct enemy attack. The base architecture incorporated decades of advancement in electronic warfare and signal intelligence, including underground server farms, electromagnetic pulse protection, and automated analysis systems that could process thousands of intercepted communications simultaneously while identifying patterns and extracting actionable intelligence. Advanced computing systems analyzed voice communications from hundreds of sources in real time, creating comprehensive threat assessment models that tracked enemy communications while identifying friendly forces and distinguishing between legitimate tactical traffic and enemy deception operations designed to mislead coalition intelligence gathering. Voice recognition technology processed audio samples with precision that enabled identification of individual speakers across multiple languages and operational contexts. Staff Sergeant Maria Santos descended from the Signals Intelligence Center, carrying routine communication transcripts and frequency analysis reports, her security clearance providing access to areas that few personnel were authorized to enter during their military careers, though her current assignment to routine administrative duties seemed inconsistent with the extensive background investigation required for her clearance level. The investigation process for her current position had required 18 months of federal scrutiny that examined every aspect of her personal and professional history, though investigators had encountered classified files that remained sealed at classification levels exceeding their authorization to review. At 27 years old, she possessed specialized training from the Defense Intelligence Agency's Advanced Signal Processing Program, Having completed classified coursework in voice analysis, communication interception, and experimental intelligence technologies before her reassignment to conventional administrative duties following a program restructuring that had eliminated entire research teams and buried technological developments that exceeded current operational capabilities. Her service record listed standard intelligence specialization and routine assignment history, though these official designations concealed technical expertise and operational experience that had been classified following budget reductions and strategic decisions that eliminated programs deemed too sensitive for current operational requirements. Her training background included instruction at research facilities whose existence was denied by congressional oversight committees, where intelligence contractors and military scientists developed technologies that pushed the boundaries of current signal processing and voice synthesis capabilities. The programs she had completed involved theoretical communication analysis, advanced voice recognition systems, and experimental intelligence mechanisms that prepared personnel for technological warfare scenarios that conventional military training could not address. Her instructors had included leading acoustics experts and former intelligence specialists whose experience encompassed decades of classified research into military applications of emerging voice and communication technologies. The decision to accept reassignment to administrative duties rather than civilian employment had been influenced by contractual obligations and security requirements that prevented her from discussing or utilizing specialized knowledge gained through classified research programs. Her presence within conventional military units provided routine assignment and security oversight, while her technical background remained available for consultation on systems that required her specific expertise and security clearance levels. Colonel David Mitchell supervised the morning intelligence briefing with authority gained through 19 years of military service and advanced education in signal intelligence and electronic warfare, his expertise encompassing complex communication analysis and voice recognition coordination that supported coalition forces operating in increasingly sophisticated enemy environments. His background included command assignments throughout Central Command and liaison duties with intelligence research organizations that developed next-generation analysis technologies. His Bronze Star Medal and multiple Intelligence Commendation ribbons reflected exceptional performance in both operational command and strategic intelligence assignments that shaped coalition communication security. The colonel's military career had evolved from conventional signal intelligence to advanced communication analysis, including classified assignments with research organizations and intelligence agencies that developed sophisticated voice processing systems and analytical technologies. His transition from tactical intelligence to strategic analysis had been driven by recognition that modern warfare required technological sophistication and international coordination that exceeded traditional military boundaries and required interdisciplinary expertise. Around the classified briefing table sat representatives from Defense Intelligence Agency, Central Intelligence Agency, Signal Intelligence Command, and various intelligence contractors, each contributing specialized expertise to communication analysis and voice recognition procedures that supported coalition operations against increasingly sophisticated enemy communication networks. The assembled group represented decades of collective experience in signal intelligence operations, voice analysis, and technological development that maintained coalition intelligence superiority against emerging enemy capabilities. Major Jennifer Walsh, the voice analysis coordinator responsible for communication assessment and speaker identification, possessed 14 years of experience in advanced voice recognition systems and held security clearances that provided access to the most sensitive intelligence regarding enemy communication capabilities and deception methodologies. Her technical background included specialized training in acoustic analysis, speaker verification, and voice synthesis detection procedures that enabled identification of authentic communications while detecting enemy attempts to deceive coalition intelligence through voice manipulation. Major Walsh's expertise bridged the gap between theoretical signal processing and practical operational requirements, translating advanced voice recognition technology into functional intelligence systems that supported coalition operations while maintaining readiness for threats that might exceed current analytical capabilities. Her role required constant evaluation of intercepted communications, technical assessments, and enemy capability estimates to ensure adequate intelligence support for evolving operational requirements. The intelligence team under Walsh's coordination represented carefully selected specialists recruited from leading defense contractors and military research institutions, each bringing unique technical knowledge to the complex challenge of analyzing enemy communications while maintaining technological advantages that preserved coalition intelligence superiority. Their work remained largely classified, but their analytical decisions directly influenced operational planning and tactical coordination that protected thousands of coalition personnel. Captain Robert Chun, the communication systems officer responsible for signal interception and processing coordination, possessed extensive experience in advanced communication operations and electronic warfare that enabled identification and analysis of enemy communications through sophisticated interception networks and signal processing procedures. His understanding of communication technology encompassed both conventional interception systems and experimental technologies that pushed the boundaries of current scientific understanding and provided capabilities that exceeded standard military equipment. The communication commander's background included specialized training in electronic warfare, signal processing, and advanced interception methodologies that enabled identification of encrypted communications and countermeasures that enemy forces employed to defeat conventional intelligence gathering systems. His responsibility for signal analysis required constant technological advancement and strategic thinking that anticipated enemy capabilities while maintaining interception effectiveness for emerging communication technologies. Colonel, overnight signals intelligence indicates possible enemy development of voice synthesis technology designed to impersonate coalition personnel and create false communications that could compromise operational security, Major Walsh reported, her voice carrying analytical precision that characterized professional intelligence evaluation. Defense Intelligence Agency sources suggest enemy advancement in voice replication and communication deception capabilities that could challenge our current authentication protocols, though specific technical details remain classified above our briefing level. Her assessment reflected constant evolution of communication threats that characterized contemporary military intelligence, where enemy forces continuously developed new technologies and tactics designed to defeat coalition intelligence systems and create vulnerabilities that could be exploited during actual operations. The intelligence indicated technological advancement that required enhanced analytical measures and updated verification procedures to maintain intelligence effectiveness. The current threat assessment represented months of intelligence analysis that had identified patterns suggesting coordinated enemy research into advanced voice synthesis systems and communication deception measures. Technical intelligence sources had reported development activities and testing programs that indicated preparation for communication capabilities that exceeded current coalition intelligence planning assumptions. Major, what specific capabilities do our current voice recognition systems provide for detecting advanced synthesis technology and communication deception that enemy forces might deploy? Colonel Mitchell inquired, his question reflecting command responsibility for understanding analytical limitations and ensuring adequate intelligence support for coalition operations and personnel security. The question addressed core challenges facing intelligence planners in contemporary warfare, where technological advancement created threats that might exceed current analytical capabilities and required strategic decisions about resource allocation and technological development priorities. The assessment of current capabilities versus emerging threats was critical for determining intelligence adequacy and planning requirements. Sir, we've enhanced our voice analysis algorithms and implemented advanced authentication protocols designed to detect synthesis technology and voice manipulation that enemy forces might employ, Captain Chen explained, his report reflecting systematic approach to threat adaptation that balanced analytical capabilities with technological limitations of current voice recognition and authentication systems. However, some theoretical enemy capabilities could exceed our current detection and verification capabilities, requiring technological advancement and strategic planning that might take years to implement effectively. His analysis highlighted fundamental challenges facing modern signal intelligence, where technological advancement created constant pressure to upgrade analytical systems, while enemy forces simultaneously developed countermeasures that challenged existing intelligence advantages. The balance between current capabilities and emerging threats required continuous investment and strategic planning that anticipated technological developments before they materialized into actual operational threats. Santos quietly moved through the corridor areas conducting routine administrative duties, her movements deliberately casual and systematic to avoid attracting attention, while she processed the psychological impact of hearing voice analysis discussions that connected her current assignment with classified research programs that had developed technologies exceeding current operational capabilities. Her specialized training enabled recognition of technical discussions and threat assessments that conventional personnel might interpret incorrectly or fail to understand entirely. Her background in experimental signal processing provided unique perspective on analytical limitations and technological capabilities that informed her understanding of voice recognition assessments and intelligence planning. Though her classified research history remained unknown to conventional personnel, who viewed her as dedicated administrative specialist with unusual technical interests and attention to detail. The administrative activities that Santos conducted served multiple purposes beyond routine facility management, allowing her to evaluate intelligence systems and identify potential technological gaps through pattern recognition techniques learned during classified research programs. Her specialized knowledge enabled recognition of systemic vulnerabilities that conventional administrative procedures might overlook, providing insights that could enhance overall intelligence effectiveness. The corridor facilities represented months of construction and engineering designed to provide optimal signal processing and intelligence coordination while protecting personnel from electromagnetic effects and enemy interception attempts. Advanced shielding, redundant communication systems, and hardened server equipment created operational advantages that maintained intelligence effectiveness even under attack conditions. The engineering specifications that guided facility construction incorporated lessons learned from previous conflicts and theoretical advances in intelligence architecture developed by military engineers and research scientists. Each system component had been carefully designed to provide analytical capabilities and operational flexibility that eliminated intelligence gaps while maintaining efficiency for routine operations and emergency response. Sergeant Santos, continue standard administrative procedures, but remain alert for any unusual system behavior or technical anomalies that might indicate electronic warfare attempts or system malfunctions. Captain Shun instructed, her guidance reflecting standard security protocols while acknowledging technical background that Santos brought to system evaluation and administrative activities. Her instructions contained subtle recognition of Santos's technical expertise and analytical capabilities that exceeded standard administrative training, though the acknowledgement remained coded in language that preserved operational security regarding her classified background and specialized knowledge that other personnel were not authorized to access. Santos positioned herself near the conference room entrance while maintaining routine administrative duties that provided cover for observing intelligence operations and technical discussions that might indicate analytical gaps or technological limitations. Her experimental signal processing background enabled recognition of system capabilities and operational parameters that conventional personnel might interpret incorrectly or fail to evaluate properly. The monitoring activities that Santos conducted automatically incorporated advanced analytical techniques learned during classified research programs that emphasized technological innovation and strategic thinking beyond conventional intelligence planning. Her ability to evaluate intelligence systems enabled identification of potential improvements and vulnerabilities that purely administrative thinking might miss. The voice recording playback became audible through the conference room sound system approximately 40 minutes into her duty shift, the familiar tactical communication and battlefield coordination triggering recognition that connected her current assignment with classified research programs that had developed voice synthesis technologies exceeding current operational capabilities. The audio characteristics indicated genuine battlefield communication rather than routine training exercises, suggesting technological crisis that demanded immediate attention and specialized expertise. Her recognition of her own voice patterns and tactical vocabulary in battlefield communications that she had never participated in reflected research involvement and technological development that connected her to programs that officially never existed, operations where her voice patterns had been analyzed and potentially replicated through synthesis technology without her knowledge or authorization. The voice replications use indicated technological advancement that suggested either security compromise or unauthorized research that justified immediate investigation. The communication recording's technical characteristics and tactical content indicated genuine battlefield operations rather than system malfunction or training scenarios, though the security implications of using her voice patterns created complexity that demanded careful evaluation and appropriate investigation procedures. The authenticity of the communications required verification, while security protocols demanded protection of classified research and technological capabilities. Instead of immediately responding to the voice recognition, Santos carefully evaluated the recording for technical details and synthesis parameters that would verify its legitimacy while protecting classified research information from potential enemy intelligence gathering. Her experimental signal processing training included extensive instruction in voice synthesis systems and replication procedures designed to prevent enemy exploitation of coalition analytical capabilities. The evaluation process required balancing immediate security response with investigation protocols that protected classified research and technological development from enemy intelligence gathering. Her specialized background provided knowledge necessary for proper voice analysis, while maintaining operational security that protected ongoing research programs and intelligence capabilities. The voice patterns embedded within the battlefield recording matched classified synthesis protocols that Santos recognized from her experimental signal processing research, indicating advanced voice replication using sophisticated technology rather than natural battlefield communications or system malfunctions attempting to create false intelligence. The proper use of her speech characteristics suggested technological advancement that exceeded current intelligence planning and indicated capabilities that posed serious threats to coalition operational security. Lieutenant Sarah Kim, the communication analysis specialist responsible for monitoring battlefield recordings and coordinating intelligence evaluation, noticed unusual voice synthesis indicators through automated analysis systems designed to identify authentic communications and detect potential enemy deception attempts. Colonel, we're analyzing battlefield communications with voice characteristics that match personnel files but don't correspond to actual deployment records. The synthesis technology appears to utilize individual speech patterns and tactical vocabulary that exceeds current intelligence assessments of enemy capabilities. Her report reflected base intelligence capabilities that monitored multiple communication sources and identified potential deception through automated analysis of voice characteristics and operational context. The analysis systems represented advanced technology designed to provide early warning of communication deception and coordinate intelligence responses that protected coalition operations from sophisticated enemy manipulation. The voice intelligence gathered by Kim's equipment provided critical information about enemy capabilities and deception methodologies that informed intelligence planning and operational security procedures. The technical analysis of intercepted communications enabled assessment of enemy technological advancement while maintaining intelligence protocols that protected coalition operations from sophisticated deception attempts. Lieutenant Kim, can your systems identify the specific voice synthesis technology and confirm the replication parameters that enable individual speech pattern reproduction? Colonel Mitchell inquired, his question reflecting command responsibility for understanding enemy capabilities while coordinating appropriate intelligence responses that protected personnel and operational security. The colonel's response demonstrated systematic approach to threat assessment that characterized effective military leadership, where voice deception required immediate evaluation and appropriate intelligence action while maintaining analytical capabilities that informed strategic planning for future threats. The priority placed on understanding enemy capabilities reflected recognition that technological advancement required adaptive intelligence strategies. Santos approached the analysis station with measured steps that maintained her cover as routine administrative personnel while providing critical intelligence about the voice synthesis and replication capabilities. Her experimental signal processing training enabled accurate evaluation of synthesis technology and intelligence requirements that conventional personnel might misinterpret or fail to understand entirely. Her movement toward the analysis station appeared routine to casual observers, but represented calculated decision-making that balanced security requirements with investigation obligations. The specialized knowledge that informed her evaluation could provide critical insights for appropriate intelligence responses and technological assessment. Sir, I recognize the voice synthesis technology and speech pattern replication systems being utilized in these battlefield recordings, Santos reported, her voice maintaining professional military bearing while conveying information that reflected specialized training and research experience. The replication systems are based on experimental voice synthesis technology that was developed through classified research programs, but the unauthorized deployment suggests technological compromise or intelligence breach that exceeds current security assessments. Her assessment provided context for the voice deception that enabled appropriate intelligence responses and strategic evaluation of enemy technological capabilities. The distinction between experimental research and unauthorized deployment was critical for determining security requirements and understanding technological advancement that threatened coalition intelligence superiority. Major Walsh studied Santos with renewed interest, her technical background enabling recognition that the assessment demonstrated signal processing knowledge that exceeded standard administrative training and suggested specialized background in classified research and experimental technology development. Sergeant Santos, your knowledge of experimental voice synthesis systems is remarkably detailed for administrative operations. Can you elaborate on the specific technical characteristics that suggest unauthorized technological deployment beyond current intelligence estimates? Her question reflected institutional curiosity about Santos's technical expertise and sources of specialized knowledge that enabled accurate voice analysis under investigation conditions. The precision of her assessment suggested research backgrounds that exceeded her official military occupational specialty and indicated possible classified assignments or experimental program participation. Ma'am, the voice synthesis capability requires integration of advanced acoustic analysis, real-time speech processing, and individual voice pattern databases that combine multiple classification levels and research programs, Santos explained, her response demonstrating technical knowledge that reflected specialized training in experimental signal processing and advanced voice replication systems. The unauthorized deployment of this technology suggests either significant security compromise of classified research programs or independent development that parallels coalition experimental capabilities. Her explanation provided specific technical details that supported her voice analysis, while demonstrating knowledge that exceeded routine military training and suggested specialized education or research experience. The technical sophistication of her assessment indicated familiarity with experimental voice synthesis technology and research methodologies that characterized classified development programs rather than standard intelligence operations. The detailed nature of Santos's voice analysis impressed assembled officers, who recognized that her analytical capabilities exceeded expectations for her current assignment and suggested potential for enhanced responsibilities within intelligence planning and technological assessment activities. Her demonstrated expertise represented valuable assets that could enhance intelligence effectiveness and voice analysis evaluation. Sergeant Santos, your analysis suggests significant experience with experimental signal processing technology and advanced voice synthesis systems, Colonel Mitchell observed, his comment reflecting recognition that Santos's capabilities extended beyond standard administrative qualifications and indicated specialized training or research background. Have you received additional training in voice analysis or experimental technology programs? The question addressed institutional curiosity about Santos's background while acknowledging that her demonstrated capabilities suggested qualifications that exceeded her current assignment and indicated potential for expanded responsibilities within intelligence operations and technological assessment activities. Sir, I participated in Defense Intelligence Agency experimental signal processing programs before my current assignment, Santos replied carefully, providing information that explained her capabilities while maintaining operational security regarding classified research and technological development that other personnel were not authorized to access. My background includes research in advanced voice analysis systems, speech synthesis technology, and experimental intelligence mechanisms. Her response provided context for her exceptional performance while maintaining appropriate operational security regarding classified research programs and experimental technologies that informed her voice analysis and technical assessment methodology. The acknowledgement of DIA research background explained her exceptional capabilities while preserving security regarding specific programs and technological developments. The revelation of Santos's experimental signal processing research background provided explanation for her exceptional voice analysis capabilities while raising questions about her assignment to routine administrative duties that failed to utilize her specialized qualifications effectively. Her presence within conventional intelligence units suggested budgetary decisions or program terminations that had resulted in her research expertise being underutilized. Colonel Mitchell made immediate command decision that reflected institutional recognition of specialized capabilities and urgent need to coordinate appropriate intelligence responses requiring her specific expertise. Sergeant Santos, you are immediately reassigned to voice analysis operations as Senior Intelligence Analyst. Major Walsh, integrate Santos into your assessment team with appropriate clearances and coordinate investigation of current voice synthesis threat. The reassignment represented acknowledgement that Santos's specialized capabilities were critical for properly handling the current voice deception situation and ensuring appropriate intelligence responses that protected coalition operations while maintaining technological security. Her demonstrated competence in voice analysis aligned perfectly with intelligence requirements that demanded sophisticated analytical capabilities and experimental signal processing knowledge. The immediate nature of the reassignment reflected military efficiency in utilizing available expertise when investigation situations demanded specialized knowledge and technological understanding. Colonel Mitchell's decision demonstrated leadership flexibility that enabled rapid adaptation to changing requirements and unexpected capabilities within existing personnel resources. Major Walsh provided Santos with advanced analysis equipment that reflected genuine recognition of her specialized background and voice analysis capabilities. Welcome to Voice Analysis Operations, Sergeant Santos. Your research expertise represents exactly the knowledge we need for handling advanced synthesis threats and experimental technology assessment. Her welcome represented beginning of operational relationships based on demonstrated capability rather than rank or institutional assumptions about where specialized expertise might be located. The recognition of Santos's experimental signal processing background promised opportunities to contribute meaningfully to critical intelligence operations that protected operations and maintained technological security. The professional respect implicit in Walsh's welcome reflected fundamental shift in how Santos would be viewed within the intelligence organization during analytical operations. Her transition from routine administrative duties to specialized voice analysis demonstrated potential for exceptional talent to emerge from unexpected assignments when investigation situations demanded specialized capabilities. The intelligence response that Santos coordinated resulted in successful identification of the voice synthesis source and provided critical intelligence about enemy technological capabilities and research advancement that enhanced security for future operations. Her voice analysis had enabled proper intelligence coordination and technological assessment that prevented potential strategic compromise while maintaining operational security for classified research programs. Her work included analyzing voice synthesis systems, coordinating authentication responses, and providing technical assessment that enabled successful intelligence operations under extremely sensitive conditions. Each contribution demonstrated value of experimental signal processing research applied to practical intelligence situations that affected operational security and technological protection. The voice analysis protocols that Santos had developed became standard reference for advanced communication intelligence, illustrating importance of maintaining institutional expertise in experimental technology and value of personnel with specialized research backgrounds. Santos's story influenced personnel utilization policies that emphasized identifying and maintaining access to research expertise throughout intelligence organizations. 6 months after the voice synthesis investigation, Staff Sergeant Santos received promotion and assignment as Senior Intelligence Analyst for experimental communication threats covering multiple intelligence installations. Her advancement reflected institutional recognition that exceptional analytical capabilities and research experience required appropriate recognition and opportunities for expanded responsibility. Her progression from administrative duties to specialized intelligence operations demonstrated military's capacity for recognizing and developing specialized talent when circumstances revealed capabilities and intelligence requirements demanded specific expertise. The transformation also reflected institutional learning about importance of maintaining personnel with diverse research backgrounds. Today, Technical Sergeant Santos leads the Advanced Voice Analysis Division, overseeing experimental communication assessment and intelligence coordination that supports signal intelligence installations throughout the region. Her team of research specialists continues to advance voice recognition capabilities and analytical methodologies that protect coalition operations from increasingly sophisticated communication threats and technological challenges. Her leadership position represents culmination of career that experienced research program restructuring and evolved into directing critical intelligence operations that support the most sensitive operational security missions. The trajectory demonstrated how specialized research talent and experimental knowledge could transform both individual careers and institutional capabilities for advanced communication defense. The organization she directs has become model for integrating experimental research expertise with operational intelligence requirements, attracting top talent from research institutions and defense contractors. Her success has inspired similar programs throughout Intelligence Command that seek to identify and utilize personnel with combined research and operational expertise. The soldier they had assumed was just processing administrative paperwork had become the analytical backbone for advanced voice analysis operations, proving that extraordinary research experience often exists within personnel whose specialized backgrounds remain hidden by routine assignments. Sometimes the most critical capabilities come from individuals whose experimental knowledge has been channeled into protective service for their operations, and institutional effectiveness often depends on recognizing research talent regardless of its apparent assignment or program history. Her story continues to inspire intelligence analysts and research personnel who understand that experimental knowledge creates unique capabilities for protecting coalition operations, demonstrating that specialized talent will find purpose when given appropriate opportunities to contribute to meaningful intelligence missions and technological security operations.